Texas in Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction of the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football and Big D as their guys will do battle with the New York Giants. Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started, and we are underway from AT&T Stadium. Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. They'll give it to Barkley off the option play. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now. Play action. It's Jackson. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put him on the...
And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. Oh, good move. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Play action. Now Jackson. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath, maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
A first down carry for Barkley. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. This defense for the Cowboys, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. A handoff to Barkley on the option. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point put through by Succop, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. His career rushing numbers just continue to rise with that last carry. He surpasses 12,280 yards and also surpasses Marshall Faulk. On second down, Elliott once more. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Sliding out of the pocket. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Taking it about the 1. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Only needing 2 yards on second down. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. And this incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense, if that fell harmlessly to the ground. 3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Prescott off play action. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on third down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on third downs. All touchdown, Cowboys! Mike Evans with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his second extra point here in the first half. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Taking it about the 1. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big connection on that one. 35 yards.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline. And that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback. And he put it right where it needed to be.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. First down and more for Jackson. Touchdown, Giants.
Geez, I mean, what more can you say about Lamar Jackson? We know that he's got the quickness and the agility, but, you know, if you wanted proof of his straight line speed, look no further.
Extra point up and good by Suckup. And the lead is now 2. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. On the return, it's Nyheim Hines. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
On second down now, it's Elliott. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
On third down, it's Prescott. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 37. Play action now, Prescott.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
And again, it's Prescott. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelce. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Now Elliott. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a second and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is a defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Handoff to Barkley. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Here's Jackson to throw. And that is incomplete. So touchdowns on their first 2 drives, but looking like that won't be the case here.
Yeah, it looks like someone put their dukes up a little bit, doesn't it? Maybe decided to finally make a stand because those first 2 drives, they got run over. Now, finally, got their feet under them, got a little bit of balance. They're getting off the field.
And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Off the play fake, Prescott. He'll get this to Elliott. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. On second down, Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
To throw is Prescott.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by J.C. Jackson.
And the Giants are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Oh, he'll take a shot from McCaffrey downfield. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. This is Smith with a grab. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
Jackson on 1st down. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Jackson going to keep it running right.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants have tied it here, and they can take the lead if they hit the PAT. Extra point put through by Succop. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
On the return is Hines.
And he gets it to the 30-yard line, but the football's not going to stay there. There's a penalty marker down. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
First down, Prescott.
Open man, right side, it's Lamb.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
7 yards, the pickup there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Open man, it's the tight end, Kelsey. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
A first down throw for Prescott. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up. Here's 2nd and 10.
Final play of the half. Prescott airing this one out for Evans. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for him.
And got his man complete. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
And I think this is what the early proponents of the forward pass were thinking about. Get it to a receiver and have him do some work afterwards in order to create the big play we just saw there.
So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try. Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And that is caught for the 2 points. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Jackson from the shotgun. And this is going to be incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
And the Giants send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
Hines now on the return. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards.
And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 40-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing, Prescott.
And he'll go underneath here to Elliott.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott.
And Prescott, his 3rd interception.
Picked off by James Bradbury. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point up and good by Succop. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So right back to square one. Tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. Prescott now. And that will be incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line ready to begin their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Being chased out left. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, a pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be fourth down.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
And this returnable for Hines.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it.
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
67 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
On third down, Elliott. Elliott a first down and more. Touchdown, Cowboys!
Ezekiel Elliott, a guy who considers himself underrated, has told his detractors to put some respect on his name. Hard not to respect a run like that.
And this is a play defensively where you're just looking around and saying, what was that? What just happened? You're looking at your teammates, they're looking at you. And let's face it, your defensive coordinator, he's not going to tip his cap to him. That's not how football works. But he probably should have after that run. That was absolutely sensational.
Taking it about the 1.
Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. He's at the 40. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Giants. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. On second down, it's Elliott. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Now Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And it's fielded at the 34. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep, and he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 9. Play action. It's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. First down and more for Jackson.
And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a first down, and he gives himself up there at the end.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 27. Here's a give to Barkley. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They run with McCaffrey off the option.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
And now Jackson will look to throw it.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. And 2nd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown.
Let's do this.
Lamar Jackson, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Giants have broken our tie as they take the lead. Extra point put through by Succop, and they will take a 7-point lead.
Cowboys 35.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
On the return is Hines. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit, because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Prescott to throw it.
He goes to Lamb again. This time he's got it.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Prescott on 1st down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the fourth quarter, and they got a big one.
Yeah, it's such a close game, a very big one. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to kick it away. Taking it about the 16. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Off the option, here's McCaffrey.
McCaffrey with a first down and more.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
They'll give it to Barkley off the option play.
He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And down to the 16-yard line.
94 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Now Dak.
A big connection on that one. 38 yards. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Now Prescott.
Airing this one out for Evans. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by James Bradbury.
And the Giants are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Down to a knee goes Jackson, and that should seal it. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here when they're taking a knee is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves.